I'm Matt Collins. I'd like to welcome you to Bob Weber Auto Mart on Douglas Avenue here in Racine, across from Douglas Park. We specialize in 1-year-old, low mileage, almost new cars. And if you'd like to stop by and see them, or see them on our website, bobweberautomart.com, we could save you between $5,000 to $10,000 on your next almost new car purchase.
Welcome into another edition of Sports Junkies. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer from Sports Radio 1250 WSSP in Milwaukee. Way down there on the other end, he's Gery Woelfel of the Racine Journal-Times, and of course, we all know the Hall of Famer Coach Letsch from Racine St. Cat's. He's here to talk Bucks basketball as the Bucks. No.
What?
No, you don't want to talk about the Bucks? No.
The Bucks? Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about the Bucks. Yeah, come on.
We'll get to that. No, I won't do that to you.
They're struggling a little bit, but there are a lot of injuries. No, I don't want to have all those injuries.
No, you wouldn't.
Agree.
Oh, my gosh.
I totally agree.
Can you imagine, though, if you had 3 starters out of your lineup? I mean, as a coach, I mean, it's devastating.
Last year I had 2 starters out. The year before I had 2 starters out. I mean, I know exactly where they're going on. You know,
but then you guys still won basketball games. So anyways, we'll get to the Bucks later in a different video. But we got him here. I mean, I was there. I came all the way down to Racine to be at the Hall of Fame induction for you for the Racine County Hall of Fame, Sports Hall of Fame. And I'll tell you what, I said it that night. I tweeted it out. I said it on the big show the day after. It is simply awe-inspiring what kind of job they've done with the Racine Sports Hall of Fame, and really just a first-class event. It really is.
It is. Chris and Sally have done a great job, and the whole committee that started. I started on the committee, and first couple of meetings we had, we're sitting there talking about athletes in Racine County, and it just blew my mind. I mean, how many great athletes we have in the past. I mean, like Albright went in this year. I mean, I didn't know him, but I mean, the other people, older people know.
He played for the Lombardi Packers.
Yeah, and the Giants too.
The Giants too, right?
I ran into somebody last week and from Horlick, and he said, "Yeah, he was great at Horlick, high school." I mean, he remembered him and now that, but I mean, it's just a great show. I've been to all 3. Dinners. The first year, Jones and McIlvain went in, and then last year, Coach McGuire, who is my mentor and who I think is the best high school coach in the state of Wisconsin. I guess I'm prejudiced because I played for him and then I worked for him, and then
now, would he say that about you?
Yeah. I don't
Probably.
Know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, on the wins chart, you have moved past him. So.
Well, on the wins chart, but I coached more years. I mean, I got 35. He had 25. You know.
Yeah.
And I try to talk him out of.
Is it kind of like a Wooden Dean Smith type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to talk him out of retiring. You retired too young. You're just 53 years old, and.
Wow.
And I said, no. I said, don't retire. I said, because I was coaching football and I love football. Maybe I'd still be the football. Nah, I wouldn't be football right now. It's too cold for that. But I mean,
I might have coached. You have better ways to spend your winters outside.
Coached another 20 years of football.
The only complaint I had about that night, and I told you before it even started, you can't put a time limit on Coach Letsch when he talks. Man, yes, that is ridiculous. He's like, Sparky, they got a time limit on me. I'm like, you're Coach Letsch. What are they going to do? They're not going to pull you off the stage. Just go. Don't worry about it.
And he still talked 25 minutes.
No, he didn't. He was in under the time limit.
No, I wasn't under 5 minutes.
Oh, you're fine.
No way.
I wasn't under 5 minutes.
No.
That's what they told you?
3 to 5.
Well, you were under 10.
I know.
Oh, well,
You know what the problem was? The first Hall of Fame class, we had 13. And they really wanted to keep it short and concise because we had to move it along, and it went on forever.
Yeah, I mean, one guy went 45.
Exactly. That one guy was Jim Jones. Everyone mentioned the games.
He goes, I'm here one time only. I'm talking.
That was classic. That was good.
I was, and I know Jimmy, so I mean, I enjoyed it.
I'm sure it was entertaining.
Oh, yeah, it was. He talked about his life, talked about his family, his dad, because we went through that with him, with his dad dying of cancer and things like that, and then going to the Marquette, and then jumping to the ABA midway through his sophomore year. I mean, Coach McGuire was kind of, Al McGuire and John McGuire, they were both kind of involved in it, in that situation. I was behind the scenes, but I mean, Coach would tell me what was going on, and but it's just a great event. I mean, they've done a tremendous job. I think the city of Racine should be proud of what they've done.
So obviously you've got the long resume. Now looking at another state championship this year, right?
Well,
Yeah, let's not put any pressure on the guy right away.
I tell our kids, we go after every game. I said, there's not a game that I've gone into that I thought I was going to lose.
Do you think there's
I mean,
more
maybe-
pressure though because you're the coach? Do you think there's because of your resume and what you've done there? Because look, if I'm at a different school and we've been to the state tournament twice in 10 years, people don't look at that program the same way they look at your program. They look at your program and go, well, they're definitely going to be a force by the end of the year. They may not win state, but everybody's going to know that they were there at some point and had it be, they were a hard-fought loss or whatever the case may be.
Right. I mean, if we didn't lose those two guys last year, and especially we didn't lose our center in the last 7 games against Dominican, we lost him on the center jump. Him and Wilson dove for a ball and put his hand in there and wound up breaking his hand. He was out the rest of the year.
Isn't that incredible how those flukish things that happen?
Yeah, and he just, he shattered. I mean, thank God he didn't break it. He would have had to have pins in that, but it just kind of split. But he was out for 8 weeks, and those things happen. And I tell the kids, hey, we got to go on.
Sure.
But hey, we battled Brown Deer for to 12 points. I mean, and we were in a situation where we were down 4. With about 2 minutes to go, we came back. We were down 4, and I was so proud of our kids. They didn't give up when they got down to 12, and we got it down to 4, and then we had a turnover, and they went in and scored, and 6, and then 8, and we lost by 12. But our kids don't quit, and I think and I kind of talk about that. We never quit. I mean, I remember when this all started back in 2005. We were down 15 points to Milwaukee Lutheran in the second half. And going to the sectional finals, and we put our trap in, on them, and we wound up winning the game by 5. Then we won that title, and then we wound up winning 3 in a row. But that game right there set the tone for the next 5-6 years, because our kids never quit. I mean, even I remember the following year we were playing Seymour, and it was tied 50-50. And one of my players got fouled, and he was a 52% free throw shooter. Oh. All right, so we got timeout, I said, okay, now, when Devron makes these 2 free throws,
there you go.
we're going in here, here, and here. His first one went boom, 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 in. We're up by 1. Second, there you go. Swish.
There you go.
We went 52-50.
Oh, my God.
I mean, here's the guy 52%. I mean, but he looked. I looked at right in the eyes. I said, "When you make these 2,
there you go.
I said, that's it."
Yeah.
I mean, I'm maybe down here. I'm saying, "Oh, God." But I can't let them know that.
But you see that at the high school level, like you did. I even see that at the pro level. Guys, you think like pro players would say, "Hey, they're confident enough to go out and do it. You don't need to instill any confidence in them." I'm telling you, pro players, college players, like high school players, are looking for direction, for leadership. And it doesn't matter how old you get, you want somebody to lead you and give you that confidence to do things, And
right, you got to have it. I don't know. I'm more so in practice. I mean, I'm really into it in practice. And in games, I try to, as I got older,
have you calmed down?
Oh yeah, I got former players come into practice and
they don't know you.
They go, "Boy, you're getting soft, coach." I said, "No, I'm getting smarter." If I would have known this when you guys were playing, I would have been better, coach.
You know what you have to do? You come into practice with some headphones on, and what do they call it? Xbox, and okay, guys, go play ball.
I'll put music on then when we're warming up. Kids are looking around like, what's this guy doing?
Wait a second. Frankie bailing the Four Seasons? That's Sparky's big group,
All right, so let's talk about the group this year. I mean, you go through the injuries last year. I'm assuming those kids that went through last year now are going to benefit this year from going through that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Jack Cafferty wound up playing the last 7 games for Kelly Thomas, and he has really improved. I mean, he's shooting the ball better. I know his dad said that he's got more confidence this year than he's ever had in his basketball career, and he's a junior, and he's 6'6", and I mean, he takes the basket. He takes the ball to the basket. I mean,
Wow.
he's playing tougher defense. I mean, I'm looking forward to him having a breakout year. I mean, then with Kelly, with the 2-6-6 kids in the post, and then our guards are going to be good. We've got some depth too. We got 5 seeded. I got a kid that just came out from football. Came out yesterday.
Who's that?
Sean Madden.
He's
The running back?
Well,
The running back?
He's going to set some nice picks, I would
Oh,
imagine.
yeah. Well, he didn't play last year
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of football, and then he wanted to lift and all that. And
No kidding.
but that's a sport. But then he missed it, and I said, yeah, you can try out. So I'm giving him 5 days to try out. And but I got 4 seniors and I got 10 juniors. And the
experience.
juniors, the juniors are going to be my point guard, my off guard. I got a senior that's going to be a shooting guard. But then I've got, last year I had 3 sophomores, the 2, Kelly and Jack, and then Ramo, my point guard. He was backing up to Hawes until Hawes got hurt.
Right.
And then our sophomore team went undefeated in conference. They went 16-0 and they went 18-4.
Here they
And
come again.
we got some shooters that coming up from that team. We didn't have any big guys. I had all the big guys.
there you go.
But we got some shooters, and our kids are working hard. I mean, we didn't. I was kind of disappointed in the Kettle Moraine scrimmage. We played, 3 Division I schools, and we beat 2, and then we really got pounded by Nina. But Nina's really, they're really good. But it was our 3rd scrimmage. Not making excuses, but we couldn't buy a basket. We didn't shoot well. I mean,
Did you play all 3 games in the same day? For those that don't know, at this Cal Moraine scrimmage, they got 28 teams,
Right.
And they're in 5 different gyms, which is insane. And everybody's playing, so you go from one game, you maybe rest for a little while, and then you got to go play another game. So that's your 3rd game of the morning in 5 or 6 hours.
Like Case played 3 in a row, and that's what
Never got a rest.
Steve wanted it that way. He wanted to play 3 in a row.
interesting concept,
And then he went over to the pizza place, and I said, "Well, I'll meet you there. I got one more scrimmage, and I'll meet you over there."
That's
so we
interesting.
sat together, and talked, and it's.
That's an interesting concept, though. I mean, played 3 straight games. I mean, from a conditioning standpoint.
Oh yeah,
That's
You
gotta
only
pay
had-
off sometime.
You only had 5 days of practice too.
Yeah, right.
I mean, so
right.
you're not really. You don't have a lot of stuff.
What a way to get your team in shape, though.
Yeah. So we played 2, and then we had a rest, and played 1. And
Yeah, pretty
some
much.
guys, he tries to do that. Play 2 or play 1, and then you have an hour off, and then play 2 in a row. Some will ask to play 3 in a row. Some will only ask to play 2. I know Diener, when he always came, he only wanted to play 2. He said, "That's enough, 2." It's just all right. That's
How did Case look, by the way?
Case looks real good.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's good to hear.
I was impressed with him. I mean, I watched about 10 minutes of it, and that was enough for me because I don't see him till February 22nd
if I'm not mistaken, you guys play in the last regular season game of the year, right?
at our place.
Wow.
Oh, you better get
Wow.
there early.
Exactly. That's
You
going to be a heck
better
of a
get
game.
there. Yeah. And then I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I set up our non-conference games. We're playing Tremper this Saturday. We're playing Indian Trails in Burlington at the Carthage tournament. We're playing Horlick and Union Grove and Case. I mean, we're playing 5 Division I's and 1 Division II. I mean, that gets us ready. I remember a few years ago when we were winning. We were fortunate to win state titles. Guys in Division III said that. One guy said to me, "That's not fair." I said, "What do you mean it's not? What's
I know.
What's not
I
fair?"
remember hearing that.
He
Yeah.
says, "You're playing all these Division I schools, and then when you come to the state tournament, you're playing Division III." I said, "Yeah, that's why I set it up. If you want to do it,
Do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
call up the Milwaukee schools, call up West Dallas, Hartford, Marquette. Call them up and ask them to play, and
I
that's the
agree,
only
Kelly.
way. Okay, so I lose, but I mean our kids are going to benefit from
Right.
it. I mean, and I think that helps our program. I really do to play tough schools. I mean,
Quick question on the conference.
Yeah.
It's a great conference. I was talking to Eric Henderson, the Catholic Central coach, a couple weeks ago. He's got 5 starters back, okay? A couple of his key reserves from last year. Good team.
Yeah,
He's really
they're
fired up.
good.
Realistically, we're in the Metro Classic Conference. So, I mean, realistically, they're going to be, 4th maybe? I don't know. But, I mean,
I think
that
he'll upset some teams.
yeah, and I think it's a terrific team. But, I mean, between you and Whitefish Bay Dominican, you're talking about two of the best teams in the state, certainly at that level. So.
Don't put that pressure on me, will you?
I think you can handle it. I think you're a big boy now.
Well, then you got Thomas Moore, who's got two really good guards. They lost some of the big people inside, and they're going to bring up,
Yeah, I forgot about them.
Juniors. They got Thomas Moore, and then you got them. And Charlin's got a kid 6'8", and another one 6'5", and he's looking to have a good year. I mean,
It's a good conference.
those 5 teams, and then you got Lutheran's always going to be tough. Jeff does a great job. He gets them to play defense. I mean, they play hard, and then Martin Luther and St. Joe's has got. They've got a couple kids, and then I read in the paper the other night that they got a freshman kid. He had 17 the first game. So,
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
freshman guard. So
Nick Van Exel Jr.
yeah, they got Myron Glass the third.
There you go. Exactly.
That's not him, but I mean he's on the team.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Myron Glass, remember him?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
St. Joe's, yeah. So it's a great conference. Martin Luther's got everybody back. They've won 2 in a row now. They didn't win a game last year. I was talking to him at the scrimmage, and he was hoping for a better year with 5 starters back. So
Yeah.
it's a great conference. I mean, Whitefish Bay Dominican, with Diamond Stone, but Whitefish Bay Dominican.
Diamond who?
Stone.
Who's he?
Do you know who Robert Stone is? I bet you do. Do you know Robert Stone? I bet he doesn't.
Who's Robert Stone? His dad?
His father
there you
was a very, very good player at UW Whitewater back in the mid-'70s, as I recall.
I'm joking about Diamond Stone. We all know all about Diamond Stone.
I'm sorry. Is that one of the greatest names you've ever heard, though?
Yeah.
Diamond Stone.
But
It couldn't be better.
Until I haven't seen them yet,
Haven't
obviously.
you? Oh, well, last year with Wilson.
I saw them last year.
Yeah, with Wilson. I mean, their guard play is not going to.
That's where I was
be all
going.
right.
That's where I was going.
But it's not going to be
Right.
with Wilson and Taylor
Correct.
and all those in the last 2 years.
Right.
I mean, they had 3 guards that were, outstanding, and I think if Dwayne didn't have a stress fracture, I mean, he would be helping Marquette.
Oh,
I think. Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, I totally agree.
Guarantee you he would be helping
Yeah,
Marquette.
because
he's a player.
He can handle the ball. He penetrates. I mean, those
Got a little
big
mid-range
guys.
jumper that he's
Oh,
worked
he's a
on.
3-point shooter.
Yep.
I mean, but the big guys would like him.
Oh, yeah, they would.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get into Marquette basketball. But, yeah, I agree with you. And that's the question right now on Dominican, I think, is how good will their guards be? Because you have Diamond Stone, but you have to have somebody to take some of the pressure off.
Let me ask you just a quick question on Whitefish Bay Dominican. You saw Diamond Stone, and some of the comparisons I'm hearing is Jim Jones, that he's
Oh, is that right?
like a dominant, 6'10". I heard he grew an inch or 2 over the summer, by the
He's
way.
lost about 30 pounds.
I heard he looks great, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I
looks
heard.
really
Like he's like
good.
6'11" now.
Right.
But I mean,
Okay.
you saw Jones and you saw Diamond Stone. Do you see any similarities there or not?
Well, not yet, but I mean, maybe by the time he was a senior.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I saw
Yeah.
Jones when he was a senior.
Right,
He came
right.
over to St. Cat's, and he was tough. I mean, he was, Stone's, he's developing a mid-range jumper. I mean, at the last game.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Wow.
he stepped down and, took a 12-footers, and then he got another kid, 6'7", in Jolasic. Jolasic, his dad played at Marquette. With,
Sure.
He was, if in our conference, in the Metro Conference, freshmen couldn't play. Mm-hmm. Well, but when you got to the WISAA tournament, freshmen could play.
Oh, is that?
So, he played on a freshman team, and then as soon as he went to the tournament,
I didn't know that.
he wound up playing in
That's
the
a
state
crazy
tournament.
Yeah, that is a
That is a crazy rule.
Wow.
Well, that was back in the in the 70s. Come on,
Back when they played real basketball, Sparky.
Yeah, whatever.
Where, if you touch the guy, they didn't call foul,
That was the rule, but WSSP said, you can play.
Yeah.
Back in the day. He is Coach Letsch from St. Cass. Thanks for coming in, man.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah, thanks for
appreciate it.
that. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Another edition of Sports Junkies. Gery Woelfel, Steve Sparky, Fifer. We'll talk to you next time. The little pack of talk right here at RacineSportsZone.com.
Hi, I'm Matt Collins. I'd like to welcome you to Bob Weber Auto Mart on Douglas Avenue here in Racine, across from Douglas Park. We specialize in 1-year-old, low mileage, almost new cars. And if you'd like to stop by and see them, or see them on our website, bobweberautomart.com, we could save you between $5,000 and $10,000 on your next almost new car purchase.